Tonight at 10, Representative Raul Grijalva urging Congress to fund the installation of fentanyl scanners.
Now, this comes after a national report that the life-saving technology is sitting unused in warehouses because Congress has not granted the money to install them. News 4 Tucson's Cristiana Ramos is live from the newsroom with more on what the congressman is trying to do to get the funding provided. Cristiana.
Well, we're seeing more fentanyl overdose deaths in Pima County each year, according to the health department. But lawmakers say it's an issue throughout the country. And Representative Raul Grijalva says there's a way to stop the dangerous drug from entering our country through the border. Representative Raul Grijalva demanding Congress to fully fund the installation of fentanyl scanners and other non-intrusive technology at the U.S. ports of entry. In a letter to House and Senate Appropriations Committee leaders, Grijalva wrote in part, quote, "Non-intrusive inspection technology like the one that is already being used at the Mariposa port of entry in my district is helping address this ever-growing problem. However, recent reports indicating that fentanyl scanners are sitting unused in warehouses is incredibly troublesome and must be immediately addressed," end quote. Grijalva is referring to a national report earlier this month that a lack of congressional funding has left critical scanning machines sitting unused in warehouses. The technology would allow the Border Patrol Agency to quickly X-ray cars without delaying the flow of commerce and traffic across the border. According to the Department of Homeland Security, more than 90% of fentanyl seized is stopped at ports of entry, primarily in cars driven by U.S. citizens. Grijalva says, quote, "It's clear enhancing screening and staffing resources for our ports of entry is a primary way we can combat this issue. When our DHS personnel have the technology and resources to inspect commercial and private vehicles for illicit contraband as they enter the U.S., lives are saved."
All I know is there's too many dying.
Lives like Teresa Guerrero's son, Jacob, who died in 2020 at 31 years old after ingesting cocaine that he didn't know was laced with fentanyl. She is also calling on lawmakers to do more.
And so with these scanners, I mean, this is really going to help if they can get these put to use ASAP. I mean, they really have to do something about it.
Congressman Juan Ciscomani also expressing his support for the scanners in an email to News 4 Tucson, stating in part, quote, "I look forward to supporting the second appropriations package for fiscal year 24, which includes over $305 million for NII technology. Crucially, this includes $200 million for installing the NII technology that has been recently stalled," end quote. Far in 2024, Border Patrol has reported already seizing 7,000 pounds of fentanyl. 6,000 pounds of that was seized at the ports of entry. Although many lawmakers have expressed support of the funding for installing the scanners and other technology, it's still unclear what appropriators will decide to do. Reporting live from the newsroom, Cristiana Ramos, News 4 Tucson.
The News 4 Tucson Road